VTuber stuff. So it says if you want money, you shouldn't have started. Want money? Don't be a VTuber. Yeah. So this is a pretty interesting this is a pretty interesting topic that I actually was kind of interested about. You know, I'm kind of interested to see what this is about in general. So. Because I know a lot of people like joined the VTuber wave to earn money, you know? Sunaka going to graduate confirmed. Okay, buddy.
Content creator. You want fame, money, a bunch of viewers, followers, and/or subscribers. You want attention. You should pack up your bags and get out. Now, I had a bit of a take, and in my standards, a banger tweet, as the X-dwellers like to say. I almost vomited after calling Twitter X. Now, if you don't follow my Twitter because you have a life or this is your first time seeing me...
Yeah. Well, kind of have a life. I do a lot of work. That's why, so... I don't really follow a lot of content creators at the end of the day because I'm just busy doing my own thing.
Yo, this shit is actually trash!
Or you just don't like me enough to care for real. I said, quote unquote, if you're quitting because numbers are low key, you shouldn't have even started in the first place. Sound harsh and I apologize, but if you're in it for the numbers or money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Diet, I meant to say do it, but cut me some slack. I tweeted this on my phone when I was in bed about to go to sleep. Do it because it's fun and you enjoy it.
Yep, and I do enjoy it. And I am having a lot of fun, to be honest. So even if I don't have the biggest community around here in the entire platform, I'm still having a shit ton of fun with you guys at the end of the day.
Now, to expand on this a little bit, obviously there's nuance that I couldn't cram into this tweet due to Twitter's text limit, and I refuse to give money to a social media platform. Niggas be on there rage baiting for like 20 sets. I don't want to do that. Basically, all I'm saying is if your main motivator to being a content creator is money and follows, maybe don't do that. What? Now, before you get mad at me for being admittedly harsh, there was a weird surge of VTubers just stopping due to them not seeing the numbers or dinero. I won't say specific names because the goal isn't to shame anyone specifically. I understand that not seeing growth in content creation is equivalent to wanting to learn guitar, but never really getting the hang of it in the space of content.
Yeah, but the problem is like a lot of these content creators are just like only seeing one side of the coin, you know? It's like they never branch out. They don't break out of like just streaming only on Twitch, you know? Like I bet you a lot of you guys who are like my YouTube frogs or so probably would have never encountered me if I never made a YouTube channel. Just straight up, like a lot of my YouTube audiences would probably who come over here on Twitch would be like, would probably never notice I existed, you know?
Creation, it may seem from the surface like a fast lane into big numbers, stardom.
Because number one, there's a lot of people who don't like Twitch, which is understandable. I get it, you know, respect, you know, I get it. Don't worry. One of these days I'll stream to you guys on YouTube. One of these days when I get a second computer and I can dual multi-stream, because multi-streaming is the new thing, you know? So hopefully, you know, crossing your fingers with your guys' support and everything like that, we get some multi-streaming, and then we can probably get, you know, we can get a YouTube channel stream, and then we can get a Kick stream, you know? So we can have multi-streaming all the time, you know?
It's not. Far from it. And you are, in my opinion, setting yourself up for failure.
That's the only reason why, is because I'm scared of streaming on YouTube, because of like I can't do certain I can't do certain content on YouTube. So like when it comes to certain reaction stuff, I can't do certain reaction stuff that I can do it on Twitch, but I can't do it on YouTube. So I think like when I do eventually get to do multi-streaming, I think that I'll be doing only like gameplay stuff on YouTube. And then the reaction stuff will be on Kick or Kick and YouTube. I mean not YouTube. I mean Kick and Twitch. So if you want to do the reaction stuff, you don't like Twitch, well, eventually I'll get a Kick, and then you guys can hang out there as well at the same time, and we have a big old happy family, you know. And then when it comes to the gameplay stuff, you know, you guys can watch me on YouTube, and that's pretty much about it. So.
Because one,
that's how I want to do it.
Is very unstable at the start and take a lot of time for the most part. Of course, there are
Yeah.
outliers out there that want the numbers and have the willpower and determination.
Unless you get permission for the anime thing, because I know that what was it? I think Giguk. Yeah, Giguk is the one that has permission or so to do reaction animes every couple weeks. I know he got permission for that one. That's why.
To keep pushing, or they become grifters. But you know, most niggas don't, and I would hope most niggas don't want it to be a grifter. That's why I advise and tell people that they have to love content creating in general.
Of course.
The numbers and all that is a afterthought, at least at the start. Content creation.
Yeah, at the start it's like, you know, for me I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say burnt out, but I'm more creative burnt out, as in like I want to do the cool creative stuff that I want to do. But you know, unfortunately, dinero is what's holding me back, because you know, the money wise stuff is like, you know, because things are expensive, people are charging crazy things. But I'm eventually like gonna dig in, you know, I'm gonna dig in a little bit or so, try to see if I can find me an editor or like a thumbnail artist, you know, and that's pretty much about it, to help me relieve some of the load off of me, so I can be able to focus on learning my electric guitar. So I don't mind doing a fun, you know, stream where we can do, you know, electric guitar stuff. Maybe I can probably be able to finish those goddamn classes that I want to do for art, so then I can be able to do more art streams, more consistent art streams anyways, I should say. Because it's every so often that I want to do art. It's like every like, you know, maybe improve on my FPS gaming, you know, ever since, you know, the Battlefield 3 third day of the beta, you know, maybe I want to do that, you know. Maybe just do something more VR chat streams. I would totally love to do more VR chat streams, but I'm just so exhausted. I don't want to do it though. So that's one of the other reasons why. There's like a lot of other things that I want to do. I want to do some like creative stuff when it comes to like my like some certain content or so for YouTube as well. You know, I'm like getting a lot of inspiration or so from CDog VA when it comes to like certain content stuff, and I'm like, I want to do some of this stuff. You know,
It has to be fun. Numbers shouldn't be the defining factor in whether you quit or not. Content creation, if you love it, should be something you do, whether you're making big numbers or not, whether you're making money or not.
For the love of the fucking game.
I may sound like a hypocrite because I've obviously gained numbers, which is honestly shocking to me. Y'all watch this shit? I appreciate it. But I've been making videos since I was like 10 to 12 years old. It wasn't in the same vein of content I do now. They range from skits, gameplay videos, voice impressions while playing video games. My little ass scripted, recorded, edited, and made thumbnails and uploaded that shit. Because the process of it all, in and of itself, was fun.
For the love of the fucking game.
When I watched other,
I had a fun time or so even back then. So the YouTube channel that I use right now was actually a conjoined partnered. So I had actually someone else who would actually do the commentary, and it would be me doing the editing and the gameplay capturing and all this other stuff. So then he can upload it, and then he can do the commentary behind it. It was all Call of Duty stuff. It was the whole Call of Duty thing. We were doing like tips and tricks or so of like kind of like spots or so of like how to throw a grenade, flashbangs, like the best tricks or so to get like certain explosives over around the corner so you don't expose your body and stuff like that. It was a lot of those stuff that we did back then, you know.
the YouTubers like Corey, Berleezy, Jack, Dashy, I wasn't thinking, oh, look at those views. It was just videos that seemed fun to make because the people I watched,
they were pretty fun
enjoys
to
doing
do for
what they're
us
doing.
too as well.
At least they look like they enjoy it. But when I was a kid, I didn't give a fuck if someone watched the videos I made or not because they were fun to make. And I'm gonna be real, I don't even really look at my numbers almost at all right now. It's usually one of my homies that have to tell me when I hit a milestone. For example, the video I made on the topic on if
Yeah, same as well. I didn't even know I hit 10K until way a little bit after. I was like, and then I looked back again, and then we're like, it already shot up to like fucking like 12 to 13K, and I'm like, I was like, ugh. I was like, oh god, it's already going by so fast.
the world is getting worse was probably one of my favorite videos to work on, especially to edit due to the tone. That video didn't do so great in comparison to my other videos. However, that number doesn't and shouldn't take away the amount of fun I had editing and scripting and research.
Yeah.
It was time.
I also had a fun time doing the Do It Night Abyss video, right? Because like the Do It Night Abyss video didn't do anything crazy or anything like that when it comes to numbers, right? Because number one, I was super late to the topic. I was like a month or two late for it, but I had fun making that video. Honestly, where is it at? This video right here. It only did like 433 like views on it. I don't really care personally compared to like the Kaisa Not one, compared to that. You know, even compared to the little Tay, compared to the Nintendo thing. You know, like even then, like even compared to my goddamn freaking my freaking Wu Chang playthroughs. You know, I still enjoyed making this video, to be honest. Like I actually did had a good time enjoying like editing it and all that stuff. So that's the one thing I enjoyed. So yeah, like honestly, like I don't really care too much. Like I don't really care too much about my numbers half the entire time. I don't care if it does well. I don't care if it does bad. I personally don't care. Like I just enjoy uploading these videos. Like as you can see, you know, 389 views. Didn't do crazy or anything like that, you know? Like it honestly didn't do. I don't think we'll reach 20K by the end of this year, to be honest. Let's be realistic here. The problem is, you know, I still got that community guideline strike on my channel, so my videos are not getting. My videos aren't getting pushed in the algorithm. That's the reason why. So yeah, like overall, like that's it. Like, yeah, can I technically farm, you know, like this topic over and over again? Yeah, I technically can, but the problem is I'm not that type of content creator. I don't like farming, like, or just making like the same content over and over and over again, because I'm just gonna get bored of it, and I'm gonna start not caring a little bit. It's every so often I'll talk about the whole, like, you know, women become crazy and all this other stuff, because it's the same topic, right? Women is crazy, blah blah blah. Insert this, blah blah blah. Men should be, you know, more loved, blah blah. It's like it's just a rinse and repeat type of thing, you know. And like I like to like talk about it every so often, you know, like it's just every so often. Like I said, I love my men, don't get me wrong. You guys have been like literally been shat on, in my personal opinion. You guys shouldn't have been shat on, in my personal opinion, but I don't talk about it every single time, because number one, you do have those other content creators who are talking about those subjects, but I'm not the one who's going to farm that specific type, you know, that specific type of content, you know. I'm not gonna farm this. You're not gonna see me upload like 20 fucking videos of this. You know how like Tectone likes to upload 40,000 videos on fucking Hassan Piker every fucking day of the week. And for me, I'm just like, I'm not gonna talk about this every single day of the week, okay? It's every so often, you know, and that's pretty much it, you know. I'd be like, yes, we sit down, we make fun of these women, we laugh at them and everything. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's a fun time, it's a fun video and everything like that. And you know, I give my love towards my men at the end of the day, the guys in the comment sections as well. I love them. I love every single one of them. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know, I don't like doing one type of content. That's just not my kind of thing, you know. I love making different variety of content and things that I'm interested in talking about, and that's kind of like pretty much it. So that's why, you know, I just like talking about different things. That's just it. I don't care if the video does well or not, you know.
Well spent, because I enjoyed making the thing. When it comes to streaming, there's a fair argument, since that kind of hinges on
it always
viewership
is the
and
way
interaction. But even with that, there are ways to stream for fun. I need all the Viagra you can possibly give me.
What?
Hop in with a friend or two, create clips, capture moments you wouldn't have gotten before if you weren't streaming. Back when I used to stream like League of Legends under a different name, my viewership would...
Not my footage. I don't have my old LOL clips. He used to play League of Legends? Disgusting. Disgusting. How dare you play League of Legends?
be basically no one. It would be like 1 to like 5. But I still enjoyed capturing my crazy plays. Remember when Zeri was busted? Holy shit. But I got this clip from early Static Tokyo days, before I even had a PNG with me and my friend Nash.
There's another one.
What the fuck? Yo! This was a clip back when I was like 17 or 16. I was just enjoying life for real. Or maybe not. I maybe also hated myself, considering I did play Valorant as well.
Oof. There's your problem there. You played Valorant. Oh man, dude. Oof.
I'm not saying everyone has to take my approach, because everyone is different. Again, this is an opinion.
That's true.
And obviously context matters. I started doing this shit straight out of high school with a low amount of responsibility, so I had time to spare. Could I?
Same. I think I did mine. So whenever Black Ops 2 came out, we did it in the mid life cycle of Black Ops 2. That's when we started our YouTube channel, me and my friend. So Valo stream went never. How dare you ask me that?
I probably do better.
I'm about to
if I did
600
pay
you in a
more
second.
attention to numbers and graphs and potentially make more money? Of course, but that would take the fun out of it for me. I probably need a manager. I just said that out loud and that just was like, oh nigga, you need a manager. I need to look into that. And it's not even like I'm saying ignore numbers completely. There has been times where I've directly asked you, the audience, what you wanted to see. Hence why longer videos are now a thing. But if I don't want to do longer videos, I just won't, despite what the numbers be saying. Now,
That's true.
Let's talk about others' opinions and responses, because I obviously
meeting.
know that my opinion is no more than an opinion, and I don't expect everyone to agree with me. So let's get into this shit. So now some people did agree with my sentiment. Maybe I'll touch on those like more towards the end of this video. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I want
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it.
to talk about Fudaidi's opinion specifically because it's something that I honestly understand. Also, go check out Fudaidi. Link in the description. They make banging music low-key.
Sheesh. That's some
I'm
banger
going
music.
to actually read this word for word, so just shut up and listen, alright? Fudaidi says, I feel like it's a bit more nuanced than that. True. You can go into streaming with a passion for it, but if you aren't growing, even slowly, that can wither away the passion. It can be hard to stay motivated if you don't really have people to interact with, and that's okay.
This nigga's spitting right now.
You could love streaming and also hope that money and numbers gradually comes with it, and if your progress discourages you, even if you love it, I think it's okay to quit. Things not turning out the way you want, even if it's passion, is okay. Sometimes it's better to walk away. I also see this debate of if you're in it for the money or fame, don't do it. It can be both. Both that and love/passion for it can be true.
At the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with earning money. If you want the money or so, I can understand, maybe life's a little bit more harder, you're maybe that break of a chance or so will get you out of poverty or get you out of like a really tough situation. I get it. It's understandable. Don't get me wrong. It's completely like, yeah, I get it. Of course, you're probably in a shitty situation, but then at the same time, it's like, you don't want to throw all your eggs in one basket. That's all I gotta say.
On a platform like Twitch that legit shows you path to partner as something to strive for when you join. Takes like this seem kinda harsh. It is harsh. My take was really harsh. Now, this is completely valid.
Not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
I can't really argue much. I do think you can go into it with both passion and the want for numbers or money or whatever the fuck. But I'm more so talking about the people that just go into it for numbers alone.
Yeah.
Not only because it may hurt the craft of content creating, because I think passion is a big part of what makes content creation cool, but it's also for, that individual's mental health. And I responded to it basically saying such. You can read what I said on the screen because...
Fine, I'll read it. I can get that it's mainly to those that are literally just in it because they see it in a way to mainly get money. When content creation is known to not be sustainable for easy in terms of monetization, it's way more easy on your mental if you are generally having fun. Yeah, of course.
Fudaidi goes, yeah, no shit, but that's not what my OG tweet said, which is fair. I didn't really go into depth about the nuance of my take, so I can see how it's interpreted like, if you care about numbers at all, go die.
Are worthless, bitch ass.
However, I did have the added section that did provide a bit more clarity on what I meant, but of course, since it's like underneath the main tweet, it's very easy to just not have seen that. Now, I'm gonna go paraphrase the rest of the discussion. I have the tweets up so y'all can read for yourself in case I think I'm putting words in niggas' mouths. But I basically just reiterate that I just don't like seeing people leave due to numbers alone because of prior expectation. And that I would rather them keep going and then just have it be for fun.
For the love of the fucking game.
Fudaidi then has a good point where they state that there is only so much self-fulfillment you can get from making content if you're not expecting to grow.
It's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Which, yeah, I can understand that for some. It's not personally like that for me, but I understand it. Fudaidi then makes another good point by saying, if it's the craft that's fun, then why even post it? If you're not expecting niggas to see it in the first place, wouldn't that defeat the purpose of posting it to social media?
No. He's got a point.
Which is true. That's a very valid point.
I can't lie on the nigga now.
The only thing I can say is that without me posting it to YouTube, some of the elements of making the thing kind of disappears. Like, I wouldn't have a real use for a thumbnail. I wouldn't have a real use for coming up with a title. Hell, just the act of opening YouTube Studio to upload something, it's exciting for a nigga. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like writing a book, right? Stay with me. Making a fire cover. Stay with me now. Coming up with a fire title. And
It's because he is not a illogical person. He's a very logical person. That's the reason why.
going to a public library and putting that bitch on the shelf. Now, you could come back to the library and see if anyone checked out the book, but just the act of putting the book on the shelf is kind of cool. Obviously, libraries don't work like that, but hopefully you get the image. Fluidity then goes, not expecting numbers to influence something that's inherently interaction-based is really unrealistic, which is true. I agree with that. And again, I'm not talking about those that do it for fun and the numbers just kind of demotivates them a little bit. I'm only talking about those that end it for numbers and numbers only, because I can understand that seeing number go down or number be low can be discouraging. But if that's you, I'm not telling you to quit. I think that just calls for a mental reset or a break. Just as not expecting numbers to have some sort of influence is unrealistic, expecting to have a lot of numbers is also unrealistic because it's just so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Anyways, Food ID's
For me personally, I'm happy to see some of the videos. Like, there are people who are like willing to watch those videos, you know? Like, it just makes me happy personally, even though it doesn't cater to everybody. And I know a lot of people don't click on those videos, but I know for a fact that that some of those videos, that when they do get views, you know, and they get more than 100 views, I'm just kind of like, damn, dude, that's crazy. You know, that's kind of absurd to see like 100 people, like actual, like 100 actual living humans are basically clicking and watching the video. That's crazy.
Go. Again, link to them in the description, show them love. Next one. No shit. Being discouraged by perceived failure is just about the most human thing ever, actually. And telling people who feel like they failed, well, you just should have never actually tried, is even more toxic than letting numbers get to you to begin with. Again, fair. And I won't defend that my take isn't a harsh one. However, I'm directing my statement towards those that were in it for purely numbers, with fun being an afterthought or not a thought at all. I'm not saying the numbers shouldn't get to you at all, because for most people, the reality is numbers will be some sort of influence. I'm saying let the enjoyment and fun be the main pull, the main attraction. Numbers shouldn't lead to you quitting. Now, I know my opinion is harsh, but
Those are my
sentiment is
bots.
heard, at least. And if you
Unless
don't
they're filthy clankers, just be shut the fuck up, chat.
agree with me, that's cool. Tell me what your opinion is. I can honestly see it from both perspectives, and some may even say that I'm like too privileged to have a take like this, and I understand that. I just think that, and honestly this could just be me being childish, I genuinely think the enjoyment of doing things will bring more than greed.
Yeah.
Obviously we've seen where greed can go in terms of content creation.
He's not wrong on that one, to be honest. It's just good business at the end of the day, you know?
But they tend to be a ticking time bomb that'll turn you into paper mache, whether it's mental stress or just a wrong move you played due to, you know, the want for numbers. Main story is have fun, create things you would like to see and you are personally proud of, despite what other niggas say or how many other people see it.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's all it is. I appreciate y'all. I haven't done like a retrospective video like this in a minute, so it's good to have one of these. All right, peace.
That's a good video, to be honest. I enjoyed that video. That was a good video. Good topic. I actually enjoyed it, actually. But yeah, I know what he's trying to mean, or so, because there are some of those people who are just in it for, you know, the money in general. So I get it. I understand. It's understandable. Like, at the end of the day, those people are just kind of like, you know, I've seen like I've seen many of my VTuber friends have, like, you know, remember when I had a good like I've interacted with a couple of VTubers. Now they're kind of like pretty much almost all gone at the end of the day, you know? Yummy used to be one of them that I used to talk to quite a bit. They're gone. Rin is pretty much poofed out of existence. Well, not technically. They're kind of like doing art stuff now. So they're a VGen artist now, so there were quite a few handful of like of people. Natsuko's still there. Mekon, I haven't heard Mekon in a hot minute. Freaking what's her name? Was it Nordic? Woven, Nordic or Nordic? Nardic? I forget the name. I don't know if it's Nordic or something. I know it's something woven Nordic or something like that. Things I haven't heard from her in a while either. You know, because apparently some things happened in the past or so that involves with my VTuber friends as well, and she just kind of went delusional. Apparently, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that, so I have no idea. So I don't hate her or anything like that. So I'm just kind of like, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I just hardly have like much time, you know. Even just recently she came into chat or so, but well, granted I can't see her stream or so, because the reason why is because I don't have a phone to access my Twitch account. But counter argument on that one is because she's been busy planning for her wedding, so that's the excuse for that one. Luviana completely doesn't talk to me anymore. Luviana has completely disconnected from me. Like a lot of VTubers that I talked to or so that I used to talk to or so don't even bat an eye, don't even check up on me, don't even send me a message. Hey, how you been? You know, I know Rin has, you know, and all that other stuff, and also, fuck, what's her name again? I forgot her name. Sorry, I'm terrible with names these days. But yeah, overall, it's like, you know, it just kind of happens, you know. It is what it is, you know. I don't know if maybe it's because of like the growth or so that kind of stagnant. Maybe they found a new different passion. Maybe real life stuff happened. I don't know. At the end of the day, you know. But I haven't like, I don't really like, I just haven't heard from them in a long time. So that's why I just been here all by myself the entire time. So it's just kind of like, I just kind of like do my own thing, you know. And just kind of like, you know, if I get a friend group, you know, I get a friend group. I know Natsuko has been there since the very start, so I appreciate Natsuko being there, you know. Like, that's a true homie right there, you know. I'll give that homie a kiss right there, you know. That's a true homie right there, honestly. But yeah, overall that's just kind of like pretty much about it though. So yeah. You know, it is what it is. I enjoy content creating though. I do. I want to make some stuff that I'm actually pretty interested, but you know, unfortunately these videos that I gotta upload to help me to boost, to earn a certain revenue, to bring those content is also getting me a little bit tired. That's the reason why, you know, so that's just the only reason. So overall, that's pretty much about it though. But who knows, maybe, we'll see. Maybe one day in the far off future, I might get, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll be in a VTuber friend group or so. Maybe I'll just maybe be in a friend group where we can just, you know, have fun with each other and make content with each other, you know? So that would be kind of nice personally. So, but who knows? The future is a mystery at the end of the day. So we'll just let fate decide at the end of the day. I'll start an agency for Ko. I don't know about that. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And great video. And peace.